been thinking about something. So today I ran across a TikTok video of this woman. She was putting in these clips of like the TikToks about men being like, what are five most attractive things about women, or what are like three things women can do to make a man feel valued. It was all very male centric stuff, right? And so for each video, she would respond like, we don't care, we don't care, we don't care, which goes back to this sort of transition that we're in where women are choosing for character and again for choice, but like not need. And she made this point of like, and I'm seeing it, I've been seeing tons of it in my comments about all these sort of men being like, I'm done with women, I'm not going to get trapped in a relationship, I'm so tired of this, I'm so tired of that. And her kind of thought was like, since when are like, do men get to turn rejection into this narrative of power? Because really what's happening to men is that they're getting rejected a lot more than they're used to. And instead of just owning that and taking accountability for whatever it is maybe they need to take accountability for, or just getting over it because it's not personal, like just don't get angry about it. It is what it is. You should see the shit that I have to deal with. Don't get angry about it and just move on. It's rejection because things are changing. It's not, and some of it is anger because women have been through some really awful things, and like men are a lot of men are just really like audaciously leading with sex, and I'll talk about that in a second. But like, just own that it's rejection, own that it's a transition. It's been really kind of boiling over and happening for years, and it's becoming much more talked about now. But like, just own that. Rejection is not somehow now this big male power movement of, oh, well, we don't want women. You may not want a woman that holds you accountable or that is strong or that has expectations because you're not willing to admit where you need to do work. That's different. But that's still you getting rejected. That's a woman saying, well, I'm not settling for a guy like that. And you're saying, well, I'm not going to change. So you don't get to say, well, I'm done with women because they're all angry and combative. You don't get to, you don't own that position. So I know this is going to piss off a lot of people, but like, you don't get to turn this massive rejection and societal change into a power play for you. Right now, the power is for women. We're taking it and you don't like it. And well, some of you do, but like for the majority, like you don't like it and you don't see any problem in your behaviors or anything that might be contributing to this. Now, I am not going to say that all women are perfect. I do have a male friend who has given me some examples of some like really shitty, like low quality female dating responses. So I know that there are some women out there that also need to do some work. Not every woman has like come as far in their life transition and confidence and like where they could be. They also have things to consider and work on. But I'm talking like, I guess the group of people I'm sort of talking to are these women that do have it together as best they can. They're really owning the power that they have in their lives and the independence in their lives, like myself. And there are guys out there that are interested in that kind of a woman, and can handle that kind of a woman and absolutely can bring to the table what's necessary, but they're just having trouble finding each other, right? They're having trouble clearing the obstacles. And a lot of the obstacles out there are sort of these lower quality men and lower quality women that are confusing and muddying the waters, so that by the time maybe there is something worthwhile out there, you're tired. You're just like, I've had it. Like, one more dating swipe is not a thing for me. So there's that, right? So you don't get to turn like mass rejection into a power play in a moment when women are in the power play. The other thing is so there's a lot, like I've had this experience a lot in like even the recent past where like a guy will start texting you and then you're having a good conversation and like he asks you out, you agree to it, and then suddenly he's like goes through his sex inventory and starts being like, do you do this, do you do that, like do you like this? And it's like, that is not an appropriate conversation before a first date, and sometimes not even during a first date. I don't know, like I'm a little looser on things like that than most women. Looser in conversation, I should clarify that. However, that like you don't get to come to the table with your inventory of what it is I'm going to do for you. Where do you get off coming to us with a list of shit you want to make sure we're going to do? Where's your energy in terms of what are you bringing to the table that makes us want to have sex with you in the first place? Because like that is unattractive, and like I believe there is a place and time for those conversations. It's certainly not before you get to a first date. Yes, I think when you're seriously, like when two people are like getting to know each other and really starting to consider each other as possibilities, like, yeah, have those conversations, figure out, like, make sure you're on the same page about that stuff. But like you as a man should be creating a scenario without even